I wanted to introduce that emotional freedom technique because it's a really simple one, and I've taught it before, and I mean I learned it long ago before I knew it was called emotional freedom technique. I just heard some lady talking on the radio one time, and about what to do when you get scared, and now I find out it's this whole thing. But I think it's really helpful because it can short circuit or not the because I was talking about these stuck these stuck ways of being. They're in our brain, and so what this does, it's faster than if we just try to do it without this. And it's very simple thing to do. And so I thought we would sit down and do that as part of our meditation. And so I think it's on the screen here. And I just thought we'd have it on the screen so that if some people are more visual. And I took this out of a book that I think it's at the bottom. But basically what you do is maybe go up and have the point, show the points, go move up a little bit more. Yeah, and show those places where you tap. And so what it is that when you sit down, I mean, let's just stop now for a minute, okay? And we'll, before we do the tapping, and just I find the best way to begin a meditation is coming into the body. And for some people this might be difficult, but it's with practice, you begin bringing your mind to your feet and to your knees and feeling your pelvis on your cushion, on your chair, feeling your feet on the floor if they're on the floor, and watching your breath and breathing into your belly. Feeling your hands, your head, face, your back. And so I wanted to share what I did learn from from Rinpoche about we're breathing, we're making friends with ourselves. In other words, we're creating an inner environment where we're not going to push anything away, that every thought's welcome, every feeling is welcome, every emotion is welcome. But we're also paying attention. Not too much, but just being aware of what those thoughts are. And staying with this process of paying attention, making friends, breathing. And then the other thing is, it's really helpful, I find, is with another part of our body awareness, being aware of the space around us. So we can feel, that I'm in this room. And so for me, if I align my awareness with my spine, like down to the base of my spine, up through the crown of my head. So this is an inner body awareness. Particularly breathing into my belly if I can. So let's just get that set up. Of course, keeping your spine a little bit straight, but not too tense. And don't think you can't move when you're meditating, you can move as much as you need to. And maybe finding a grounding place in your body. Maybe it's your heart, maybe it's your belly, where that you feel where your breath comes to. So my breath comes in, it goes down to my belly, and it goes back out again. So it's like multitasking, you know, we have to have all these things happening at once. We have to have this inner freedom, this inner love, this inner acceptance. And even if that's impossible, just still make the intention. And then the breath's going in, the breath's going out, feeling the body. Noticing our thoughts, not trying to do anything with them, just let them be. But then at the same time, just sort of feeling the space around me, as if when I'm breathing, not only am I feeling it coming in my breath and out, but I'm feeling it coming in through my pores. So it's almost like I allow myself to believe that I live in a kind universe, because it is. Flowers grow, babies are born. You know, the universe is a life-giving, or this realm has life-giving chi, or energy, just naturally there. It's there for us. It's our birthright. Because if you plant a seed, it turns into a flower. It grows, and so do we. And so all that's happened to us is we've put some obstacles in the way of that flower blooming. And now, having faith in our birthright of living in a life-giving, love-giving universe, we're going to use that by breathing that in through all our pores to create this certainty that this is who we truly are, and that all of these mental feelings, thoughts, some psychologists call them shamans or schemas, these patterns that are in our body and our mind are, as we hear in Dharma, they're peripheral. They're not who we are. So we're just breathing in, stabilizing in the body, but also feeling this love that just comes in from the universe because it's there. Like this, the sun shines, the sun heals, the rain comes. We're part of this planet. Even if we live in a flat in London, we're still part of this planet. And I have a place on this planet that's safe. And I have the capacity to connect. And there are people and beings in this world that love me. And I let myself feel that love. I can return that love. So what we want to do is we want to create a safe place inside of me that accepts and loves me just as I am. And that's not fake, because that's who we are. If it's hard to feel that, then maybe we can remember a time when we did feel that. Ooh, it's time. Okay, well then, just to give you an example. So say you did that for 5 or 10 minutes and you got to a little bit more of a calm place and you came up with one of your recurring themes about yourself, such as, the one here is, this is an example of how you do this work. So even though I feel, let's say, and you rub your chest and you say, even though I feel anxiety, let's say we're using anxiety, I deeply and completely recognize and accept myself for who I am. So you just do that. You just rub your chest and say, and you say it 3 times. Even though I feel anxiety, I deeply and completely recognize and accept myself. You could say, I love myself. And you say it again, whatever it is. It might be depression. It might be, you could say, even though I feel chronically guilty all the time, or even though I feel shame, or whatever yours is, you just say it, 3 times. And it's so simple. And then you just take your hand and you can just tap your head, and you don't have to think that anymore. Just breathe and tap your head. And some people teach with 1 hand. I learned with 2 hands. So then you tap your eyebrow and you just breathe and think to yourself that, I completely love and accept myself. And then you touch here, tap here. And under your eyes. And under your nose. Maybe we could do it a bit longer, but we're running out of time. But it doesn't have to be long. And then you go here, under the lips, and then right here, beneath the collarbone. And breathing while you do it. It's important to breathe by deep breathing while you do it. And then under your armpit, not up in the armpit, just below the armpit. You'll feel a sore spot. It's a spleen meridian. So this is touching all the major acupuncture points. And that's all you have to do. And then you just go back to where you were and just notice if it's changed. And I have a friend who had chronic anxiety. I mean, unbelievable anxiety. And he started doing this 3 times a day. And he wrote to me a couple of weeks later and he said it helped him immensely. He's much better now. So it's so simple when we understand that anxiety is just the brain, stuck in a configuration that we set as a child, and it's still there, and we've added more things to it. And what this does, because it works with the acupuncture meridians, it just opens that up. And it's very, very simple, and anybody can do it, and children can do it, and like, you can, if you're in a car and somebody cuts you off and you get really nervous, you can just tap while and you'll be amazed. You just feel it just chills. So I just want us to consider that, because we just need to rest. Be. That's where the joy is. It's really little simple things. Watching a bird fly through the sky. Whatever yours is. I can't say. I love being in nature, but maybe that's not your thing. And just be really wary of screen time. It's not good for your brain. It's just not good for relaxing your brain. It's just lots of science about that. So I just wish you all, really, really find your inner love. It's there. It's just there. We're born that way. It's just, we just have to, Lama said, just take off the blankets, and believe we can, we can do it. We deserve it. And it's not in a selfish way. It's not being selfish. It's like, if you're going to eat your healthy smoothie, why not create your healthy mind?